Glenn Young, Amazon's fitness magazine. Celebrate the female physique. AmazonsFitMag.com. This video is brought to you by Phase Up Nutrition. Against all odds, PhaseUpNutrition.com. And of course, GPS photography and video. Why photography and video? Because a photo's worth 1,000 words, video's worth 1,000,000. Joining me, Nationals weekend,
yes.
Miss Kim Watson, Women's Physique.
Yes.
Thanks for sitting down and talking to me.
Thanks for
Of course, we're
having
going to
me.
shoot today, but
Yep.
wanted to talk to you before we did. So tell everyone a little bit about you. Who is Kim Watson?
Okay, obviously, I'm a nurse. And
Yeah.
People do ask me that. You know, it says Nurse Kim Fitness. But
On your Instagram handle, I say
Listen.
Nurse Kim. Okay, well, I hope she's a nurse. 'Cause that'd be tough if you were perpetrating.
people do ask, are you a nurse? Well, yes, I'm a nurse. I don't just use the title. I am a nurse.
Good deal. So what sort of nursing do you do?
Well, I've always done ICU nursing.
That can be tough.
Now, I've been a nurse 27, 28 years now. And a few years ago, I went into correctional nursing.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Working
did that,
in the jails.
working in the jail, and then went back to ICU, and just recently, last year, took a position back in corrections.
So how was it through COVID being a nurse? I can only imagine how tough
It was
must have been.
horrible.
Yeah.
That's when I took my exit from the
Right.
ICU. I had a bit of a, I mean, everyone knows I have anxiety, so
And so many people were passing with it and stuff. So.
we would have body bags, 5, 6 a day,
Wow.
coming in to take the bodies out, you know, the deceased.
That's tough.
And yeah, and I have some health issues, so I was able to get a pass not to actually work with the COVID people
Right.
because of my health issues. But that still wasn't any better during COVID because that doubled the work for us that didn't do it, and we would get the COVID people after, like when they were kind of in recovery.
Right.
So it was still a tough.
Tell me about your fitness journey. Let's move on to that.
Oh, my fitness
That's a little bit
journey.
more positive, I guess. But
Yes.
you got a very important job being a nurse. I can only imagine. So, God bless you for that. That's definitely a service industry and much
Yes.
needed. Critical shortage now too. How did you start bodybuilding?
Bodybuilding, I started, let's see, I want to say 1992. And actually, because I've always worked out, so I went to work out, was at a Gold's Gym. I had just taken a travel nursing assignment to Georgia. And I'm like, oh, I got to find a gym. And I started training at a Gold's Gym, and people, I wasn't really yet into bodybuilding.
Right.
And I had these guys coming up to me, oh, are you a bodybuilder? And I was like, well, what's that?
They started
You know?
shaking. Yeah.
They're like, you look great. They're like, you remind me of Corey Everson. I was like, who's that? No. And they showed me a picture, and I was like, oh, well, yeah, I kind of, resemble her. And they asked, did you ever think of competing?
Right.
Well, let's give it a try. So I started dating another bodybuilder. I became engaged to him, so he was my coach. And then it started, and I fell in love with it, and
Good stuff. Now, were you always women's physique, or how did you end up in
well,
physique?
back in the day,
What was your plan?
back then, it was just bodybuilding.
Right.
Lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight. There was
Right.
no bikini, no, figure
Of course,
wellness and all. No high heels involved in any of it back then. So it was just plain bodybuilding. So when I came back into it, and I've always worked out. I took a break from actual competing when I had kids, and then also I had cancer, so I was sick for a while. Obviously, during that period, I didn't train or do anything. So I was like a step instructor. Aerobics, I did. Back then that was big. Aerobics, so I did all that. Then when I got healthy, and actually I let my nursing license go. I thought I was gonna die, honestly. So
I'm glad that. What kind of cancer was it?
actually, when the doctor said it's Farrah Fawcett disease, so
Oh
Farrah
wow!
Fawcett
Yes,
had,
yeah.
it was anal cancer.
Wow, that's tough. Well, you made it through it.
Yep.
And
So when
then
I got
kept on
back,
competing.
and as soon as I got healthy again, I got my nursing license back, straight back to the gym.
Right. Do you think a lot of you making it through the cancer was due to your physical fitness?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Because I was laying in the hospital, with cancer, and there I was like you would never would think. So the doctor would say, you're in such good shape,
That's helping you balance.
You'll pull through all this.
Good deal. Well, we know a lot of the same people. I did not know, that Sharonica Hinton was your posing coach.
Sharonica is awesome.
She
Love
is.
her. No.
She is.
The hair, thanks to Sharonica. No.
Good stuff.
She hooked me. She helped me so much.
Yeah, she's amazing, and I know she's gonna return to the stage soon. So I can't wait.
She needs to, because she's a little beast.
Yeah, I was exactly that. I've seen that beast.
Yeah, she's
amazing. So definitely. So she was your posing coach. Your coach, you were saying, was in Texas.
So my coach is in Texas.
So how did that work out? I mean, you just talked to him on the phone back and forth. Was he able to come to national weekends? Take me through that.
He was going to come. He comes to all the shows, but right now the GBO is having their big Atlas,
right? Which
I was considering doing that, and then I just decided to stay here and do the nationals because he had 4 women in that. Oh wow! Okay. And that was the next day. So it is what it is.
But you've done it. You're on the big stage.
Yeah. Now he was with the whole time on the phone because he knows I have anxiety. So and then Sharonica, helped me. She was here, so she helped also. She was like my little side coach.
No, that's great. That's great.
That's what I'm saying. If I didn't have her support, I would have been. Yeah, she was a big help.
Well, she's definitely special. So
yes, she's very patient. Very patient with me. Yeah, she's very patient.
Good deal. So went through nationals, didn't go how you expected. What can you talk about? What's up next?
Well, actually, doing the national show, my one thing I almost backed out because I did not realize it was by height class. I figured I would do a show, by age group, and I'd be up there with the 50, 55-year-olds. Like, I can do this. And then I guess I didn't really realize this was not all the shows are by age, and this one was by height. And I was
how tall are you?
I was like, oh hell no. And well, that's another thing. I'm steadily shrinking away. I don't. I guess probably from the back issues, but I started off at 5'9", then every year went to 5'8". So yesterday they measured me. I'm like, I'm 5'7". I'm like, I'm slowly.
You still must have tall though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's still fairly tall. So I almost backed out. My coach was like, listen, just go do it. Have a good time. Just go have fun.
Have fun.
It's not many people have the courage to step on a national stage. He's like, there's a lot of people,
any stage, let alone national stage.
Any stage, a lot of people qualify, but then just never,
Right. Until you've done it, you can't speak to it. And so, a lot of people think they know, but they don't know until they get under them lights out.
No, it's it's a whole nother. It's a big show.
Right.
Yeah.
So looking ahead, what do you think? How do you feel? You still got your passion for it, obviously. All this time since.
I mean, I think
that's really great.
I'm not gonna, just say, oh my God, I got last place. I mean, it was a big show. I think I could have looked a little. I mean, we did the best we could.
Right.
I think nerves had a lot to do with it. That affects the way you look.
But then the next time out, you're just gonna get more and more confident.
So we learned a lot through this about. And it was my first time doing a prep with this coach.
Right.
I mean, I've had him before, but doing an actual show. So you learn some things to do better or different the next time.
When you look at bodybuilding, women's physique, and female bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding category, and you've been doing it a minute.
Yeah.
Where do you think it's going? Give me the good, the bad. When you look at just this year encapsulated, what went wrong, what went right, and what certainly could go better?
My thing, I'm glad women's bodybuilding is getting back. It seems like we fell away from the bodybuilding. Because now some of these physique women, I think, could move over to the bodybuilding category. And then my thing is with figure, too, a lot of those women, I'm like, oh, you should be doing physique. Like, I don't understand where between the figure and physique, a lot of the women really look
trying to discern which one
is which. Yeah. It's just like you look like physique with heels on.
And I think a lot of competitors, as I understand, do not want to go into women's bodybuilding because they say, I don't want to lose my femininity. I don't want to lose my, I don't want that much muscle. But when you look at it, do you think that women's physique is kind of like, in baseball, like the minor leagues, they're recruiting and pulling them up? Because a lot of bodybuilders, that I shot, such as Rashana Boswell, Teresa Avancic, both of them at one time were women's physique, and now they're women's bodybuilding. So I don't know. What do you think is the step? If someone asked you, for example, to move up to women's bodybuilding, would you? Because you do. You say you pretty much do both, though. But what do you think? What's your opinion on it? If I'm a competitor and I don't want to do it, and the judges are telling you, hey, you got the body, you got too much muscle, you're never going to place here.
Yeah.
Now they're at a dilemma. Well, I guess my fitness career is over, or to compete, I need to go up. I mean, what advice could you give them?
I would go up. I mean, bodybuilding, you don't have to look manly or muscular. There's some bodybuilders.
Oh, we definitely see that. Yeah.
That have still maintained their femininity with just a little more muscle. So yeah, I would say do it. It's not going to turn you into a man like some women think. You can still
I
maintain.
think they bit into a lot of the stuff that people are saying out there in society, and I'm like, but even bikinis get hate, because everybody looked at them and they're like, and the other women look at it, I ain't gonna be up.
Exactly.
It just is what it is, And I see it. I'm out doing a photo shoot. I got a bikini competitor, and then all the girls are just, they're in good shape, but they're wearing bikinis. They look and they're like, it's like they give it. I can just see all the hate just fueling from.
You get the hate.
So, when you think about it now, though, looking ahead, how can we make it better? And what would be your takeaway when you look at, critique me, I guess, with Amazon's Fitness Magazine? What do you think the way ahead for Amazon's Fitness Magazine?
I think we need to show it more in a positive light. That it's just really it is another sport.
Right.
It's definitely a sport. Maybe it's a little more of a selfish sport because it's not a team sport.
Well, so is track.
Well, so you can compare it to that.
And a lot of women's physique and female bodybuilders were at one time.
Some powerlifters,
ran track, cheerleaders, So that's the way they're already in the fitness, and so it's just like a gateway.
I would love to see it. It probably will never happen, but back in my day, I mean, it was on ESPN.
Yeah.
So I knew if I was going to go to national, I'm going to be on TV.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on ESPN.
You're right, and I was, like yesterday, I was having a conversation like, how do we get back there? To where, I mean, if they've got, what's that thing, the pinhole bags that they're throwing?
The cornhole.
They have
cornhole.
If they have cornholes on ESPN,
I know.
But we can't have women's bodybuilding on ESPN. Nah.
So how could we get that?
And they got pool, but you can't. Exactly.
Bowling.
Yeah, and I thought I was going to see it when saw guys out there like The Rock and them. But if it were ever to get on TV, I mean, back to where it was. I mean, if you're doing all these other sports, like cornhole, which
when I found out that was nothing against the cornholers,
beer drinking, but anyway. But I mean, why not? I'm like, why couldn't it? And I don't, obviously going to take a lot of money, but at the end of the day, it's who's sitting in those rooms. It's like, hey, and when you look at society, y'all get just as much hate from fellow women as opposed to guys in general. That I don't want them to look like, I don't want a woman to look like that. But then you got that fan base that won't stand up for you, to just sit back in the closet and be like,
a lot of a lot of people love.
Oh yes,
love female muscle and
after starting the mag, I was getting contacted every day. I said, why won't you go to a show? Why won't you get involved? No, I don't want nobody to know.
I know they want to.
I'll get the friend request and there's no face on there. I'm like, come on, guys.
Like the hidden muscle lovers. Yeah,
exactly.
They want to keep it like they're Are you embarrassed to say that you love muscle?
So I don't know how to fix that, but I'm doing all I can, and hopefully everything continues to grow with the magazine.
For me, that would be great if I could see that again in this lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is just somebody, and everybody talks about they appreciate, what Jake Wood is doing, and it's great. But what are you doing? Jake Wood doesn't. He's got the wherewithal, the money, but he doesn't have to do it all, does he? Maybe you can't do as much. No, you don't. You may not have the funds like that, but I mean, like a pro card is $250. You could donate that to a competitor. Yeah. Every little bit helps.
Ways to help.
Stage fees. Surprise them by ordering the stage shots. Contact that photographer, and then gift them those stage shots. I mean, there's so many things you can do, but if you would. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So Now it's over. You can relax, and now we can do a photo shoot.
Yes, now I can have fun.
You ready to do this?
Now I'm not stressed. Actually, I look better than I look because I think the stress is gone.
Yeah. What is the thing that sometimes competitors look better the day after?
You know, I talked to my coach
speak
about
to that?
this, and I really think a lot of it maybe is stress because, you know, your cortisol goes up, you get soft, you get watery, because, you know, we took pictures yesterday after I got home, and I look like a different person. It's like, that was not me on stage. Again, this show, because, you know,
so if you can get that relaxing into it,
and then with the eating and everything, my body happens to love food. It just does. Like, I do well. Like this prep, I really ate a lot.
What was your diet this prep?
A lot of food.
Was it fish or was it?
There was no asparagus involved in this diet. You see bodybuilders with asparagus.
Yeah.
There was no asparagus involved in this physique. Actually, we kept my calories really high. So maybe a few weeks out, and then we started, you know, cutting. But I never really lowered my carbs that much. My body just likes food.
Nothing wrong with that. You just got to just, like a mad scientist,
to figure it out.
So
I actually messaged my coach this morning, sent him pics. I am at the lowest weight, and I ate like a mad person yesterday. I think I've ate, I don't know, close to 8,000 calories, and I lost 5 pounds.
Nice.
So my metabolism is just.
So now I just gotta, you know.
So now we know like what's working for me. So hopefully I can stay stress free the next show and do a little better.
All right. Kim Watson, female bodybuilder and women's physique. You ready to shoot?
Let's do this.
I'm Glenn Young, Amazon's Fitness Magazine. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Amazon's Fitness Magazine, and of course subscribe to the website, amazonsfitmag.com.